in terms of optimization because rent isn't going up anymore. More supply is coming online. So this is kind of like the new operating model. And so if that new operating model exists, or companies like Iris are able to really make a big difference in terms of the fundamental problems that exist in a scattered site or a scattered location or scattered asset business, which is real estate. I mean, the things that make real estate awesome, location, 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 also make it really hard to operate because of location, location, location.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I guess in that way, we're not necessarily as different as I thought, because for you is just kind of a continuation of what you have been doing, and now you're kind of doing it on your own. Whereas with myself, it's like, hey, I see this problem, I want to solve it, and it's variations of a theme of everything that I'm doing. So it makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's exciting with Needle. What you're doing there is that you're selling revenue is always a much easier sell than selling operating software, right? And it's because like we all have a natural time wall on the revenue side of things where it's this quarter. Whereas in operations, people can tend to bleed, changing the way things are done over and over and over. And so a lot of the work that we're doing is connecting, operations to revenue, which is a kind of a new, I would say newer idea or novel idea, or maybe not necessarily been a priority idea, but like ultimately, we talk about property management. It's not an acquisition business. It's a recurring revenue business. All of those, all of those cap rates, all that stuff is based on your proven ability to maintain a revenue level. And operations is the number one source of complaints and the number one source of compliments in the rental renewal world. So how can you do it better, right? How can you make it modern?
I mean, honestly, I've always said, and it sounds to me like you're helping to solve this problem, but the third-party property manager is a thankless task. It is probably and I'm not saying this offensively, but it's probably one of the worst jobs you can have. Because if you think about it, you have your tenants on one side that you got to chase them sometimes, depending on the class of asset. And then on the other side, they have maintenance requirements and you got to lease. And then on the other side, you have your owners, your clients that want to maximize cash flow. And you're literally stuck in the middle trying to balance these things and make a margin.
I think someone once told me that if you were to index the thanklessness of any job out there, just count the number of stakeholders that you have, right?